Ladies and gentlemen, I am the War Boss Squee. Welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. We are currently at Madmir's Bridge, and as soon as I came in, we were immediately attacked by a Zorip. And we're going to take his tongue for being a naughty little boy. So, I get the impression there's going to be some enemies about,
laying low,
which might actually make this all the more sweeter. If there's one thing I enjoy, it's wiping out Zorips. I don't know why I dislike them so much, but they are very fun to kill. So, oh, hello, gentlemen.
let's go.
That's one down.
Let's go. Let's
Come
go.
on, get in there.
Let's go.
I have no idea why he was not getting engaged there. I think he was still hidden.
Right.
I think we killed the first Zorip so fast that the Barbarian never came out of stealth. So, yes, any day that we can pick on Zorips is a good day.
Steady does it.
I almost didn't think I was going to be able to make this episode today. When I booted up my computer, I couldn't see any of my icons on my desktop. And it took some time of screwing around to realize that my computer actually has a function that allows me to hide all of my icons on my desktop. Why that's a thing, I couldn't tell you. And that's a troll.
Let's go.
Okay, you're going to go into a frenzy.
Let's go.
Let's do that up. I don't think we need to really invest too much work. It's just a troll.
Let's go.
You know, on second thought, I'm not getting the kind of hits I want here. Maybe we throw something a little bit meaner at him. I'm sure that should do some nice damage.
How bad?
Is he regenerating?
Let's go.
No, but he is taking less of a beating than I would hope. Interesting. This troll seems to be a little bit more difficult than I would have expected. Yeah.
Let's.
You're not very nice at all, are you, Mr. Troll? You know, I feel like Durance missed that. Okay, are you planning on dying anytime? Yeah, screw this. Get him! Hit him with the with the flaming stick. This troll doesn't like fire. There we go. Good lord, that thing was tough. Couldn't really hurt us at all, but it just didn't want to die. So,
Sure.
there's a distinct possibility that things are just a little bit tougher around here. That's something to keep in mind. Must have been the troll feeding ground. And of course,
Let's go.
Zorips as well. Yeah, he's done. You're a cute little bugger, but you die. I don't know. They remind me of ooh, Moonstone, nice. Kobolds
I'll see
from
what I can
D&D,
find.
which is probably what they're based on. Like I said, I don't understand why I enjoy killing them so damn
Yeah.
much. Let's put our great sword back on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I saw the flaming sword there. I was like, did he put that on or not? So this should lead us to Defiance Bay, which is really odd because, if you look at the map here, there's two ways you can get to Defiance Bay. One's through Black Meadow and going down through Madmer Bridge, which I think is also the route you can take from Cadnua. But I think you can also go to the Woodlands Plain and then go to Eladilwan Bridge. And I'm not sure which of those is better. But I also don't think we had to go to Cadnua to get to Defiance Bay. I think it was just the way the story was taking us, which is fine. Here. Curse my luck, the woman mutters, kicking her foot in the ground and upturning a cloud of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch and she turns to greet you. Hail, traveler! The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. That's where you're headed. You'll need to find another route. What destroyed the bridge? The river's been rising on account of all the storms. Here, where the river narrows, the flooding did the most damage. Guess they don't make things that last around here, do they? When the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Memory Bridge was the most direct route from Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay. Merchants and travelers now have to find boat passage or add days of extra travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service, thinking I could earn some coin and help others cross the bay. And there was a bigger mistake than I allowed a cipher to count. And that time I allowed a cipher to court me. So how was it a mistake? I've been attempting to turn a quick copper, but just my luck, the blasted currents threw my ferry into the rocks, dashed it and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went down the prow of the shore to salvage whatever shipwreck didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. The damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but I've stolen all but force that has left of my fortune. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Can I enlist your help? I'll take a look. Thank you. I'm sure those thugs have made a huge mess of my stock, but there may be something there to be saved. Alright. Oh, well, I'm actually glad I came this way then. I don't think I've ever done this before. So now we know why we have to go through Cadnua. So the bridge is out. Which is totally understandable.
I'll see what I can find.
Now we have a good reason for it. Okay, that's just random yuts. More random yeses. That's stealing, so let's not take anything.
That over there? That'd be the easy way to get to Defiance Bay. Before the floods, anyway.
Well, who knew? Now, I know they said that you couldn't get this way to Defiance Bay, but it's like, it just seems so simple. Let's see what we got down this way. Nope. Looter. There you go. 2 looters, actually. Let's change our tactics here. You're going to shoot him. And you're going to magic missile him. I don't think this is probably overkill. Yeah, that was overkill. Okay, what do you got, big guy? Nothing. Alright, that's 2 merry looters down. Dagger, a hatchet, some clothing, and a little bit of gold. Nice. A bow, a club, some clothing, and some copper.
Right.
I'm happy with this so far. Well, she said there were 2. She said a pair of looters, so... Let's see. Gather around the soggy timbers of shipwreckage. Men and women pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything they can spot among the detritus. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. We're Bruntel and Terran. We're just up the path and we heard fighting. Her eyes narrow and a hand moves toward a knife on her belt as she anticipates your reply. They attacked us. It was a matter of self-defense. You killed them? You see Hanwin's eyes tear up before she buries her face in her hands. The men and women around her take a step back, eyeing you cautiously. You speak of self-defense while we were defending ourselves from the storm. The floods took our entire farm. We have nothing left. Nothing. No food, no roof, and now I don't even have my cousins. We don't want to fight you. We've lost enough already. Just please leave us. That does not change the fact that you were stealing. I came here to investigate some missing cargo. We mistook your cousins for looters. Looting, but this is a wreck. What value does it have? Please, we need these supplies dearly. The storm took everything from us. It is not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Should we let these wares sink to the river bottom? Regardless of your need, you're still stealing from Paragon. Perhaps you could tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. For a point of view, because the weather washed it all away. Besides, how much copper should you make by selling rotting clothes and soiled wares? I will not lie to cover your thievery. And it looks like your comrades all nodding in agreement. Then you leave us with no choice. Alright, well, fuck you then, princess. We're gonna do this, and we are doing this. I am about to ruin your goddamn day. Yeah, I think another one of these is in order. Is he dead? No, he's still kicking. Let's see.
That's it.
There we go.
Let's go.
Sorry, guys, but you're stealing somebody else's stuff, and you're like, oh my god, but we'll die if we don't steal it. Well, what's going to happen to the other person? Ooh, immunity confused. +2 intellect. This is nice. Okay, we're not going to put that on Kana by any stretch. But some gold, some silver, a bunch of clothing, some crap weapons. This, on the other hand, that's going to a dare. I don't like my tank getting confused. A couple of crossbows. Sell all that. What we got here? Ferry cargo. Right click for details. I don't know why this would be considered stealing. Frayed ends of a rope drift in the river. Okay. So, I don't feel bad for killing those people because they were going to basically say, hey, yeah, this is screwing over someone else, but we're more important than she is, so fuck them. Perception versus not being confused. +2 intellect. Gotta admit, I think I like this better. It's not a great look for him, though, to be honest. Let's see, resolve and perception. Yeah, why not? Why not, indeed? So now he's just immune to confusion, which is fantastic.
Sure.
So, totally cool coming this way. And it sucks, yes, their farms got messed up by the storms, but at the same time, you're willing to screw over other people who are in the same shape you are. It doesn't lead me to give a crap about you. These happen to be your wares? Thank you. I was beginning to think it all sunk to the bottom of the river. Consider this a small token of my gratitude. I will reward you properly when you visit me in my shop in Defiance Bay. Nice. Very, very nice. I am totally okay with that. Okay. Let's go check out the rest of this area, and then I guess we're going to have to loop back around, which, whatever. I should know better. I am hoping for some plants that allow me to put a fine enchant on something. Dry cat, no. Let's see. Hello, here's something. Oh, Zorops. Sure, there's more of these guys around somewhere. Well, poor little Zorop. Shouldn't have done that. I have plenty of spears to sell when we get to Defiance Bay. Let's see. Fine hatchet. And some camping supplies. Nice. I don't actually have any right now. Speaking of.
Margren's fire.
Anything around here that we should be sneaking for? No. Hold on 1 second. I could have sworn I turned the sound off on my phone. Here's my wife asking if I've done recording this video while she's at her parents'. And the answer is no, not yet. Give me about, I'm sure 30 minutes should be enough time. But this was an area, like I said, I had never visited this before, so it's not too bad. Springberries. Let's just check the map to make sure we've looked at everything. There's one spot over here by the edge of the cliffs I want to take a look at. It might be some more Zorops. Although I'm wondering where the Zorop nest would be. They don't usually tend to... You don't tend to run into them on their own very often. They always come in groups. So, just kind of curious about that. We'll grab that as well. I think that's another set of springberries. St. Giron's Horn. Huh. Nothing there. So what's the map lead us to? I guess we'll go to Cadnua and then back down to Woodland Plain then. I'll see you then. Alright, and the Bright Hollow restoration construction was complete. Now we can do stuff from here. So let's take a look here. Actions, upgrades, hirelings, and party management. So we need to build a barracks. so what would we need for a barracks? Let's see. Requires a main keep. Main keep requires 1,400 copper. And we don't have 1,400 copper yet, but we will soon enough once we sell off all this loot that we're picking up. No action events, and it's just a log. Okay, so all in all, I'd say things aren't going too badly. Maybe I don't want to fight this. I know what she is. She's a frickin' pain in the ass.
Let's go.
Oh, of course, there's 3 of them. Alright, and we're out of the minor spells.
Let's go.
Wait for them to close. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Let's do that.
Let's go.
It's hitting you up, pal. Oh, I think she put a spell on us. Yeah, it's centered on these two. That's always fun. Love iconic projection. That spell's so badass. Alright, now let's go to Adair real quick. Or not Adair, Aloth. Let's see. The area effect on it's so damn small. Jesus. Wow, I actually... That spell really jacked them up, didn't it? Okay, do you have a chance of actually surviving this? That'd be interesting. Yeah, okay, looks like spell effects off. So we're completely out of spells at this point. It's not too terrible. I think we can still pull this off. Actually, what we need are some friends. And for you to knock down that troll. Okay, Aloth, you need to run, my boys. Engage ready. Oh, I think this is still winnable. It's not going to be easy, but then a few things are. Yeah, I remember this fight, and I remember hating it. Kill that damn troll, please. Thank you. Okay, come on.
Let's go.
Alright, so only Durance went down. That was because that stupid Plague of Insects spell, I think it was called. So that was horrible, but not the worst. Meanwhile, we killed, like, whatever the hell she was, and a crap ton of trolls.
Sure.
I am genuinely in favor of this. Of course, I'd love to know what the hell they're just doing hanging out over here. Just, hey guys, somebody order a giant helping of troll? Jesus. These things certainly are nasty. Almost looks like it'd be part of a home with this kind of stonework. Okay, that's a lion. I'm not super worried about it at this point, to be honest. Maybe I should be. There we go. Yeah, Iconic Skeletons really paid off, though. I'll tie up the trolls going after Aloth. Generally good things all around. Okay. Oh, crap. Another line. That might possibly be 2 lines.
Let's go.
It is 2 lines. No, it's... Well, that's actually worse. Come on. Alright, let's get the skeletons out. Our skeleton's my best bet. Yeah, 'cause I don't have any dead enemies here. And now I have dead enemies. So that ends all. Come on, get him. Oh, the lioness. I've got 3 up, but I can't cast it. There, so.
Sacre Thu!
That's not too bad.
Have I told you the tale of the Komoa warriors? 80 glorious verses. Verse 1.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. So, lions. Those suck.
Sure.
Let's see, we got Hearth Harvest. Let's see. Fast speed, 1913 slash damage, plus 5 deflection, plus 25 burn damage, and ignores 3 damage reduction. That's not too bad looking. I don't know what to do with it, but meantime, we are going to take a rest because I got some people that need some spells back. And healing off some crits and whatnot. Waves are roughly chiseled in stone that are grasping at Andra's beloved moon like curling fingers. I wonder if there's one of those things where you have to be here at nighttime. It's very possible. Where would this lead? Oh, to the bridge. Okay. We're not ready to go there yet, because I think, although I'm not certain, there's another companion in this area. Someone whom, to be fair, I pretty much never used the first time I played this game, because I had my own rogue that I made as a hireling, which ultimately didn't do me any good since she constantly died and I didn't know how to properly use her. But a druid would be a good idea. A little bit closer to the road, I think. Just to double check if we haven't passed them by, because that does tend to be a habit of ours. Nope. I think this is where you find them. There's Companion of Defiance Bay. It's not here. I think that's everybody. Now remember, you get a lot of people to work with. I just can't remember who they all are. Dry cap. Oh, jeez. Forest Lurker.
Brave Dalphilon.
Oh, these guys aren't that tough. Oh, unless you're Kana, on the other hand. Here, knock him down, please. Kana, take a breath.
Let's
Let's get some healing going. The fact that you can spam that ability every combat is amazing. Yeah, he's dead. Don't worry about it. There we go. King of the Forest.
Sure.
Chopped down like firewood. Okay, there's another way out there. More stone. Hello. What the hell happened to you? A dead adventurer. Hide armor, bloodstones, and lots of gold. Thanks, don't mind if I do. Just random dead person. In the middle of nowhere. Fair spell, that's not what I need. Of course, to be fair, I don't know if the right right area or not. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just kind of making this up as I go because I don't remember this part too well. Oh, another forest sucker. I think we're actually going to invest a little bit of magic in this one.
Let's go.
Right, play with the nice pretty fire. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got... Let's go with this one.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. He's almost dead. That works. I don't know that that fire spell from Durance actually did any good. I don't think it did any harm, but I don't think it accomplished anything. We still got a lot of map to look at here. And it's nighttime. I kind of want to go check this out again. Let's go do that. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed actually being here at nighttime doesn't actually seem to do anything. Well, I was hoping. But I suppose we could just use this opportunity to look at the other side of the map then. And I'll just put it in fast mode because we'll slow it down if we get into combat. Now, when we play Pillars of Eternity 2, because I think at some point we will definitely be doing that, I might actually do it in turn-based mode. I don't know. I haven't tried it. My computer was actually broken when turn-based mode was a thing. Okay, you're just a person. Well, not a person, but you're a backer character, so, yeah. Not looking to see what kind of fan fiction you put in there, pal. Sorry. It's not that I don't care, it's just I am not in the mood for cringe. And almost all the ones I've seen or looked at or had other people look at online have all been cringe. Jesus. Some of them were very, very well written. But they were the exception, not the rule. And... I remember there being a bunch of bandits here at one point. Might be a quest-related thing? I don't remember. So, yeah. Sparrow's Nest took me into 2 angled slates. Yeah, this house is completely trashed. But, you know, for all the rain, if this was like a farmland or maybe a ranch, a horse ranch or a cattle ranch or something, it looks like it's in pretty decent shape. So, I don't know what other people are complaining about, but I also haven't seen anything else around here that would make me think of other settlements or anything like that. So I have absolutely no idea. Springberry, which is not what I'm looking for, but I'll still take it. Oh Christ, I love these things. Good news, she's on her own. Bad news, she's about to fire up another one of those freaking bug spells. Yeah, that needs to stop right the hell now.
Hey.
Let's go.
No bug spells for you, lady. Not in the mood for your shit. Now that I know what kind of threat those pose, we kill them and we kill them quickly. Okay, looks like there's a little area up here on the road that we haven't looked at. There she is.
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead on a scrimshaw handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bare figure in between her feet. A large white furred fox standing at her heels looks up at your approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
Who are you looking for? Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Your friend is supposed to meet you here?
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Back up. What does the stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? Looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. And how long have you been looking for Persok? 5 years. So you've been searching for 5 years for a stranger you barely remember? Who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
How's that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished Audra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and overwood haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
She holds out to you. You feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright. For a few hours. But most of the time, it looks just like this.
I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the Wolf's Lair and the Twining Trees.
What's the Wolf's Lair? Defiance Bay. Locals call the current Duke Wolfgren. Sounds like it'd be fun to drink with. Is Twining Trees a real place? You meant Twin Elms. I haven't been there yet, but I hear they're especially memorable trees. Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place. Right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth. But my coin was spent, and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine?
Why?
I'm a real watcher.
You expect me to believe that? After the story I just told you?
I mean it.
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She enters the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the Audra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes touch a tiny glinting scratch, the scene around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. Catch the musk of beasts amongst the fresh scents of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below you. You got it, he's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
Told you, I'm a watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me. I've got other business in the area, and we can look for Persok on the way.
And if this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Yeah. There we go. Travel the cliffs you saw in your vision. Now, for the record, I have no idea where that is. I never actually completed any of the side quests. A long hunt. And travel the cliffs you saw in the vision. I don't know where those cliffs are. So, the Master Below is the Endless Paths. Time and Tide is the book for Kana. Barbarian knows whether or not we go to deal with Radric or not, which I'm not inclined to. Durance and Fragments of Fernando Skaith for Adair and his brother. So we have some stuff to work on here. So let's take a look. Oh, first she wants to talk to us. Sangani draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
Sounds like you've been gone from home a long time.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
How's the search going?
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Why should you have to find Persgod?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Ilitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Ilitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persak died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
What happened to her? I don't think she ever returned. It happens that way sometimes. Let's see.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me, but sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
It must be difficult.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
No, not clearly. I figured. Most people don't anyway. Suppose that's why I'm supposed to remind Persak what he left behind in our village. Has your village changed much since this time?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Recently, there's been a lot of good years. My aunts say we have fewer clashes with neighboring villages thanks to the hunting terriers that Persak helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persak brokered a lot of those agreements, too. He got to this from one of the Amana ships that used to trade with us. Sounds like Persak did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
Sounds like you got a hunter of your own, though. You feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over? It's too early to tell. Fair enough. We've got darkness on our side. Shall we move on? Let's go. So, yeah, I really like Sagani. She's not my top 3, but she's definitely number 4. Now, for her, stealth is going to be keen, because she can stay out of combat longer that way. And some survival is going to be her deal. Now, she gets 2 types of abilities. Pet abilities and, ranger abilities. Vicious Companion gives some additional damage to her fox. Accurate Wounding Shot is twice per encounter with plus 10 accuracy. You hobble an enemy, so basically it slows them down. So you can also use this in combat as a melee attack as well. Resilient Companion gives them more damage reduction. Faithful means like it's harder to charm, confuse, dominate, shit like that. Merciless Companion, plus 30 damage, which is actually kind of nice. And you get all this other stuff down here that belongs to other classes. Now for offense, she likes the hunting bow, I think it is. I'm going to hold off on that. But Marksman, plus 5 accuracy against distant enemies is definitely something to think about. I don't think I have any use for any of these. I think for now we're just going to take Marksman. Oh, once I click on it anyway. I want her to hit more often with her arrows. More stealth, more survival. Okay, so ranger abilities. Swift aim. This is a modal ability, so plus 20 attack speed, plus 50% reload speed, so she attacks faster, she reloads faster, she's less accurate. Marked prey is plus 20 damage against marked targets, and this is for everybody. Once per encounter, though. Oh, excuse me. The ranger and the companion get a bonus damage, so not everybody, it's just her. Predator Sense, which is plus 50% damage against targets affected by damage over time. Vicious Aim is you fire less quickly, you reload slower, but you're more accurate, and you do more damage. So it's like, well, let's see. This is just more shots, so less accuracy, but you can hit more. This is less shots, but more accuracy, more damage. So, kind of a trade. I like Vicious Aim better, however. You're not getting that. You're not going that much slower, but you are hitting harder. So I think that's pretty worthwhile. So there's that. So a little more survival. Yeah, I don't honestly know what to get her for this. Should have checked to see what weapon she had. Let's see, they get where is it? One of these damn things. There's a hunting bow for the peasant. A war bow for the adventurer. I don't know which one she carries. I mean, honestly, I have a fine war bow anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But poleaxe, estoc, flail, and wand are not going to fit with her as much as, say, a hatchet and a spearwood. But she has a hatchet. She uses those. So let's get her this. I can always redo it if I really feel the need to. So yeah, just going to give her plus 6 accuracy. And then again, when I think about it, that fox of hers is going to get its shit pushed in on a regular basis. Let's just make it a little bit tougher. I'm hemming and hawing here for probably no damn good reason, but yeah. So she has a Masuk hunting bow, which is accurate plus 2. She's got a fine dagger and a fine hatchet. Now, gear-wise, she has her hide armor, but I think we have a few things that could probably help her out with that. No, not so much. I was like, oh yeah, no, we totally have something that will work for that. We do have this, though. Hearth Harvest. If she has to get into melee, let's make sure that she's good at it. So, that's slash and also slash. That's not going to matter much. But 25% burn damage will be nice. But all we have to do is find her place in the formation. Sounds about right to me. Now, the fox can't die permanently, thankfully. Let's see. Resisting plus 15 accuracy against wilder and primordial enemies. Arctic Fox Companion is what I'm looking for. That summons Immontok. I seem to remember there is something about rangers and their pets. If they might be from the second game. Which is instincts. Going vicious aim, wounding shots. Marksman after a resilient companion. Okay, I must be thinking of the old game, the Deadfire then.
I'm
here. Deadfire, if your ranger gets their pet dropped, it messes them up quite a bit. You know, you lose bonuses and stuff like that. So I'm actually kind of glad that's not the case. I'm also glad that we actually found our 6th companion. This is going to be very useful. And even better, it gives us more range throw damage, which is nice because having everybody in melee get just utterly beat to shreds is not anybody's idea of a good time, including mine. And case in point, a primordial.
Brave thou Phelon.
Yeah, we're already carrying this guy up a lot faster than we were before. Yeah. And the fox nearly got clobbered, but we don't care. We'll just get all his health back anyway. one thing I do want to change is where she's standing. I don't want her standing so close to Ayla, so we're going to put Ayla over here, and we're going to put her over there. Just to spice things up a bit, and we'll keep the fox right up here to support Kana. Because Kana's, he's not walking wounded, but at the same time, I don't want him getting killed. Interesting that there's nobody up here. Let's see, we got a hunting bow and a lot of copper. Potion of bulwarking against the elements and a chunk of silver. Also very nice.
I shall be discreet.
Anything hidden up this way? No, it doesn't look like it. And that is pretty much the woodland plains, so it's quite nice. Alright, let's just finish off this last little part. We'll plop our butts in Defiance Bay and then call it a day. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm starting to get a little bit thirsty. So, and since you can't go anywhere, that pretty much means I'll be drinking at home. Oh, I thought I already looted him. Shame on me. Alright, I do believe that is everything. So, and next stop, oh, we got Stonewall Gorge over here. That might be the cliff that we're looking for. And Deerford Village after that, but we're not set to do any of that yet. So one thing we do have to be careful of is where we go and what we do. Advancing the main storyline will put you in different chapters of the game, and if I remember correctly, if you get to say Chapter 3 without doing all the side quests from Chapter 2, you may be locked out of them, losing great rewards and companions and stuff like that. So all these folks are just either commoners with nothing to say or backer characters. I do like the fact that Obsidian put so many backer characters in the game. Look yourself to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in our city. This is, what's your name? Justicar Forgant.
Hail and well met.
It's going to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming from all over the parts. Some misguided notion that things are actually better here. The legacy somehow passed us over. And they show up no prospects and little money, just end up making a worse mess of things. No offense. Can you tell me about Defiance Bay? Sorry, but I don't have time right now, but it sounds like that dozens of crackpot Romans starting to have trouble again. I'll be all too happy to give you a rundown of the city. Liberally flavored with dozens of propaganda, of course. Thanks. And good luck to you. So this is actually where we're going to end it here. Defiance Bay is going to be immense and involved, and it's going to have to be at the start of its own episode. So I hope you've enjoyed this so far. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you're having a lot of fun. And I hope to see you folks next time. Peace.